Well, welcome to the Valley Hoops Insider podcast, part of the Valley Hoops Insider website. I'm Harry Schroeder, editor of the site, host of the show, and that dashing, good-looking young man there on the side of the screen with me, Jeremy Shulman, the head coach of the Tennessee Martin Skyhawks, off to a dynamic start, 7-3 wins at UNLV, and another win at Bradley, 7-3 overall. Jeremy, just thanks for carving out time for me this morning. We had a lot to talk about, but just thanks for doing this.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm so excited about this. When you reached out to set this up, I mean, I put it in the calendar right away and put a little star by it also. Like I'm just
star too.
Oh, you got a little star by it. I'm just so excited to be on here. So thank you so much for reaching out to me.
Yeah, I appreciate the time. First of all, I met your wife and kids at the OVC Media Day. How's the fam?
Fam is great. Fam is a little unhappy with me at the moment because my daughter tells me before games, especially road games, says, "Dada, you're going to win tonight, right?" I'm like, well, we're going to try our best. So my daughter, when I walked her to school this morning, she's like, "Daddy, you said you were going to win." So unfortunately, I let her down a little bit. So that was probably worse than letting down the players or the AD or anything like that. So I got to keep Mila happy.
There you go. 7-3. We'll talk about that game briefly today as well. Last night, Southern Illinois lost. But tell me, about your team. We talked preseason. You said you were excited about your guys, and obviously a lot of new players, a lot of young players. But what if you step back and say, man, this is the key thing that I've seen that I'm appreciating and why we're being successful?
I just love our team. I mean, we just have such a great group of guys that really fit what we do. We're just so connected. Now, I did feel we were a little less connected yesterday, like all day. I'm not just during the game, but you can kind of see maybe we'd almost had too much success. I mean, I hate to say it. Last night was probably good for us. Obviously, it's not a lot of fun for myself right now trying to go through film and fix it. But honest to goodness, we're very young. Like that's. And I tell a lot of people that's what kind of gets lost in all this a little bit. We're very blessed. We're very fortunate that we're able to have a couple of great wins. UNLV, Bradley. I mean, beating Charleston Southern, who's a fantastic team. And Charleston Southern can win their league. Beating Alabama State, who knocked off UAB on the road and had New Mexico beat on the road. I mean, we've had some great wins. We're probably a little ahead of schedule. We're starting 3 freshmen and a sophomore right now. Our arguably our best players out with an injury right now. I mean, I don't know. Last night was humbling, and I love our group, but we're probably a little ahead of schedule. I mean, we've got to kind of get back to the process and understand that we've been successful to answer your question, because we're so connected, because we're so bought in, because we believe so much. We kind of got to remember that's why. It's not because we're already ahead of schedule.
Listen, I've been practicing names all morning long. I'm still liable to get them wrong. But you mentioned Lungu being out, and I want to talk about that in a minute. Last night, you guys lose by 29 at Southern Illinois. That's a bad number, right? But at the half, you're in it. About a third, maybe even a halfway in the second half, you're in it. And then it got away from you. What were the ingredients to it getting away last night?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take some blame too. I just didn't think we were prepared yesterday, and we didn't have the right mentality. We weren't connected. Even when it's a 7-point game at half, we didn't look like us first half. And part of that's a big credit to Southern Illinois. I mean, Southern Illinois, and I told Coach Nagy, I told the ESPN crew that the day before. I mean, I told their radio show. I mean, I think they can win the Valley. I mean, before us playing them. I mean, I'm watching them on film. And I am just so impressed. I know the Valley, is a phenomenal conference. I mean, they're as good as anyone. Now, they may not win it, but they're really, really good. And they had to figure their stuff out early, too. But they're on like a 3 or 4 game winning streak now. They're really good. But I just, I had a bad sub-pattern second half. I don't know. We weren't us yesterday, and part of that's my fault. And, then it started getting away. And then I wanted to play a lot. I'm just to be honest, I want to play a lot of younger guys. And so then it goes from like 18 to 30, playing a lot of young guys. But like once we realized we weren't going to win that thing yesterday, like under 10-minute mark, I needed to play some guys, get some guys on film, grow it. And we weren't coming back at that point. And I hate it as a competitor in me. I knew the final score would look worse than it is. I hate to say it was a little bit like our preseason game against Arkansas State, where we, for 30 minutes were right there, not to win it, but right there. And then I needed to play some young guys and kind of send some messages and get some stuff on film. And, the final was going to look a lot worse. But, we grew after the Arkansas State preseason game. Hopefully we'll grow after this one, no matter what the score. Because, I know I'm talking too much right now, but I can't let it be.
That's why I have you on is to talk. It's okay.
But one thing I've learned is it can't be an ego thing. If I want to be real egotistical and say, hey, we're going to claw tooth and nail and try to make this a 10-point game so we just feel better about ourselves. A loss is a loss. If we lose by 10, lose by 29, we had to send a few messages in the last 10 minutes.
It's everything's about learning, isn't it? It's the process and it's the growing. Talk to me about Lungu. I know he's been missing for several games. What's his injury? When are you projecting getting him back, if you have a thought about that?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, and I don't mind that other teams hear this. He might be out for the year, and he might come back, February 1st. He might come back late January. It might be mid-February. But our thought process, number one, aside from basketball, I just feel so bad for him. I spent a lot of time with him yesterday. Instead of getting ready, for the game, I'm spending a lot of time yesterday, before we leave for Southern Illinois. We didn't go overnight. We did day of the game, which I'm probably never doing again. And he's having a tough time. He's such an unbelievable kid, and what a freak injury, and he's, arguably our best player. I don't know what to do. I feel so bad for him. There's no magic wand. My heart just breaks for him. I just want to wave this magic wand and say, Dragos, now you can be happy. But, he's through a tough time. There's no easy fix, and it breaks my heart. So aside from the basketball stuff, I can't fix him immediately, And that's
14 points a game, 5 rebounds a game for you guys when he went down with the injury. And, yeah, it's a big loss. Everybody in the league, though, is talking about Modest Danusius. Tell me about him. What's he doing for you guys? He's 14 points a game. Really, he's been the freshman of the week every week in the OVC season so far. Tell us about him.
He's a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal person. He's super young. He's still 18. We signed him when he was 17. He just fits what we do. He fits exactly what we look for in a tall player with his versatility, his skill. He's just fantastic. And he works. He wants to be better. But last night's another reminder. He's young. He's young. He's got to be the youngest player in the entire OVC. Starting his freshman year at 17, just being 18 right now. And, he got exposed a little bit last night, not because he's not good enough, but he got exposed because, like a lot of our guys, it's hard to not realize that we haven't arrived yet, but think we've already arrived and realize that we got to do it every possession. And we're good because of our process. We're good because we do it every possession. The moment we start thinking we can just out hoop guys, it's hard. And so I thought it was a real wake up call for him, and he knows it. It was a wake-up call for him, and it happened one other time. It happened against Southern Miss, So unfortunately, the two teams that were Southerns, we struggled with. But I love him. He's a great player. He's going to be a great player. Our process has to be better.
You talked about loving your team, and because of connectedness, you're being successful. Listen, I haven't watched all your games. I've seen pieces here and there. When I look at your numbers, your offensive numbers are not really very good.
No.
But your defense and rebounding are outstanding. And is that kind of what you're, hanging your hat on at this particular point? We've got to be together. We've got to do those small things, defensive things, and rebounding to win.
100%. And again, I thought we lost sight of that some yesterday. We kind of freaked out because we struggled to score. Well, guess what? We struggled to score, and we beat Alabama State by double digits. We struggled to score, and we beat Charleston Southern by double digits. I think that's just going to be who we are, especially with Lungu out. Lungu makes us a little more dynamic offensively, but we're going to have to hang our hat on defense and rebounding and just, being efficient offensively. And even then, it's funny, we struggled to score and we struggled to make shots, and we actually had really good offensive efficiency numbers against Charleston Southern and against Alabama State because we just made the game easier for us even when we weren't making shots. And we got to get back to that. Yesterday, I thought we freaked out when we didn't make shots rather than just kind of hanging our hat on defense and rebounding and just getting open ones. If we miss them, let's go get a rebound. And if we make them, great.
It was a good crowd last night at Southern, 4,000 people, and you've played in front of big crowds at some of those other places. But that is something some of these guys have to get used to as well.
It is. And I mean, listen, I'm such a Southern Illinois fan. I mean, Coach Nagy's such a great coach, and his team's made such a big jump from year one to year two. I mean, he went through his growing pains also last year, and but I mean, the way these, again, we're trying to be like a Valley team, and the way these, the fan bases come out and support. I mean, it's so phenomenal. I mean, playing at Bradley was an amazing atmosphere. Playing in Southern Illinois was an amazing atmosphere. I mean, I've got all the respect in the world for these Missouri Valley teams. And I mean, but to your point, yeah, I mean, we actually got fortunate that we had 2 home games in a row before that. But so now you kind of look back on the last true road atmosphere we played in was Florida State. That was a while ago, and so I did kind of, we got a young team. We kind of forgot like what by game true road atmospheres, and it's been a while since we had that atmosphere and kind of style of play and kind of the way the game was called, and like, we kind of forgot a little bit, and we weren't ready for it. And that's my fault. I mean, I got to be better to prepare our guys.
And across the board, they're a pretty strong and physical team as well. I mean, they're going to be a demanding team for whoever plays. Your leading scorer, Bukmirovic, tell us about him. And I think I got the name right and everything. Yeah. Tell us about him. He was the OVC Player of the Week the first week of the season. He is your leading scorer right now. Tell us about him.
Unbelievable person, unbelievable kid, unbelievable worker, unbelievable process, loves the game of basketball, and he's just going to keep getting better and better. But even with Andrea, just like all of our guys, we're a weird team this year. Like, he gets his buckets because he just makes the right basketball play. He also can, kind of get into it, and, people start saying he's our leading scorer, start seeing the stats, and sometimes he can get a little aside himself and try to make some plays that aren't really within his game. And he's kind of got to get back to just getting it from who he is rather than trying to be something he's not. And it's not in a malicious way. It's just in a youthful. Here's the other crazy thing. He's our oldest starter. He's 20 years old. He started college with me at 17. He's super young.
He was with you in junior college. For people that don't know, he was with you at junior college 2-3 years ago. Yeah.
He was 17 years old when we got him at Eastern. And he's a 20-year-old junior. He is so young as a junior. I mean, he's the same age as a lot of college freshmen. And he's our oldest starter at the moment. I might have to just start in A.J. Hopkins next game just to get older. Like, I just love him. I mean, he's one of my favorite all-time players. I mean, he's just, his process is incredible. He's a joy. I say it over and over, but like, we're just young. Like I would have never thought if we could win Sunday, we'll be 8-3 in non-conference. I mean, I didn't think I'm the biggest believer in this group of anybody. I mean, I didn't think we'd be 8-3. We were kind of saying, if we could be 7-4, it'd be like the most unbelievable non-conference, with the schedule we played and playing 4 really tough bye games. If we'd be 7-4, we'd be phenomenal. I was like, if we'd be 6-5, it'd be a pretty darn good non-conference. I mean, we got a chance to be 8-3 going into conference, which is, we weren't supposed to do that with this young team. And so I want to make sure I keep our guys' spirits high, understand this was just a blip at Southern Illinois. It's a learning experience. I'm just so proud of our guys when we are we weren't supposed to be 8-3. Our guys are just amazing. I'm so proud of our guys.
You mentioned your win at Bradley and a loss last night at Southern. You talked about your knowledge of the Missouri Valley Conference. SIUE knocks off Indiana State. Southern Indiana beat Valpo. The OVC has flexed their muscles is the wrong word, but has really held its own in the games with the Missouri Valley Conference this year.
Thank you for bringing that up, because that's the other thing too. Like, I don't think people realize how good the OVC is this year. I don't know what it looked like 2 years ago. I wasn't here. I know last year it was supposed to be better than it had been previously, since I'd had people tell me last year was better since any year since Murray and Belmont left. This year is unquestionably better. And you look at the amount of returnees, the amount of returning all conference players, the amount of defensive player of the year returning. The OVC is really good this year. I mean, it just really is. And it's not going to get the national attention. Our league has to play too many bye games. Our league has to, doesn't have enough home games. Our league plays the third fewest home games non-conference of any conference in the country, only ahead of the MEAC and the SWAC. And that affects, unfortunately, win and loss percentages. It just does. But to your point on that, our league's really good this year. And I take pride in that, but also, we got to go against that every day. Like, our league's really, really good. Our league's really good this year.
I keep track of these kind of things. I'm a little nerdy, and my numbers might not be perfect, but 0-19 against Power 5 conference teams
Yeah.
is the OVC. Well, that really kind of messes with your winning percentage when
It
when you're at Florida State and Purdue and all the different places where people are going. You have a non-D1 game coming up, and then you start with 2 OVC games on the road. Obviously, the schedule's the schedule, but as you mentioned, you win a non-D1 game, you're 8-3, then you go on the road. Let's say you guys go 10-10 in the league. You're looking at an 18-win season, at something like that. And obviously you're not looking at it like I am. I'm just trying to project out. But you have to like where you guys are at this point.
I do. And that's a great point on that. Like, I just think it kind of resets things yesterday. And again, I'm the first coach that told our players, I said, read the press clippings, enjoy it. Like, balance out, try to tell them it's meaningless and just get your head where, you just be great with the process. But, like, these things don't happen at UT Martin. Right. These things don't happen to most teams in OVC. Beating a UNLV, beating a Bradley, being 8-3 non-conference. Like, enjoy it. Like, this is special. And then we'll reset and try to be even better in conference. But to your point, we're ahead of schedule. We're ahead of schedule. We're young. The foundation is there. It's a bright foundation for us to have a great, successful year this year. But, like, we're not going 20-0 in OVC. I would love to, but it's just not happening.
Right.
And so we have to, how do we handle adversity? How do we handle defeat? How do we grow with all these young players? And how do we just get better throughout? I'm just so proud of where we are. Again, we're ahead of schedule. We're not one of the top 10 mid-major teams in the country. It's just not reality for us right now, where we are. I mean, I just love where we're headed, though. I'm so passionate about this team. I'm so passionate about coaching them every day. I'm so passionate about the future of it as well. I don't care about the future. I care about where the feet are right now. But, like, I love what we're doing. I love what we're doing for this year. I love what we're doing for the future years. But we got to do it one game at a time, just do the best we can. And, you mentioned Tennessee State and Tennessee Tech. I mean, Tennessee State is loaded. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. We are a massive underdog at Tennessee State first game. I mean, they returned their 3 best players from last year. Add a player who averaged 12 a game at Georgetown in the Big East and then played at Memphis. I mean, they are loaded. They just knocked off Chattanooga on the road. They beat UNC Asheville on either road or neutral site. I mean, we're massive underdogs, but we're going to embrace being massive underdogs there. Then we're playing at Tennessee Tech, who's loaded. And they're old, and they're talented.
A lot of us left Tech for dead, and they've just kind of risen from the ashes the last couple of weeks.
They're good. They've got 5 fifth-year seniors. I mean, Danny Pounds is a kid that we recruited a couple years ago, super briefly at Eastern because we couldn't get him. I mean, he's a high major guy, and he goes to Old Dominion, but a lot of young players didn't play enough and then transferred. I mean, he's a high major guy. I mean, they are so talented. They're old. All of their players are juniors and seniors or fifth-year seniors. I mean, I told people in the preseason, and Pelfrey does a great job too. I told everyone in the preseason, anyone that would listen, I said, Tech is so much better than anyone realizes. They're predicted low in the conference for whatever reason. Their talent, you look at their players, you look at their roster. I mean, they're built like a Missouri Valley roster with their age, their size, their athleticism, their physicality. They are talented. And that's okay. We'll give it our best shot on those 2 on the road, but we're excited.
It should be an interesting conference season for all of you guys. Before I let you go, I want to talk about what I guess are your point guards, meaning the guys that are leading you in assists, like Petkovsky and Trinka. Talk about their distributing abilities. And I think you're still kind of figuring out your starting lineup a little bit with Lungu out and different guys trying to who meshes well with whom.
Well, Petkovsky's just my guy. I've already offered him a coaching spot with me for whenever his pro career is over. So I said, I hope you have this long pro career, but the moment it's over, he's got a job with me. He is a brilliant basketball player. I don't know how many D1s he actually fits, but he fits us. It's like having a coach on the floor. And he just turned 19. I mean, he's been 18 on all those Bradley UNLV games. He is super young. It's not even like he's a 20-year-old freshman. He's been 18 for most of the year. I just love him. He's my type of guy, and he's just going to keep getting better because, I mean, he probably shouldn't be, no other program in the country would play him as much as he is as such a young freshman, but he's just a coach on the floor. Ifan Trinka is doing a good job. He's kind of moved into more of a combo guard role for us. Phil Radakovich has actually become our other point guard at 6'7", and he's another with just a brilliant basketball mind and just sees the play, 2 steps ahead. I mean, I love these guys, and he's only a sophomore. I mean, we got all this room for improvement, but just, the 2 Phillips, Petkovsky and Radakovich have just been amazing at running the team, getting the ball where it needs to be. I'm so happy to coach these guys. I mean, Harry, I'm just like head over heels coaching this team every day, and I just think we keep getting better.
I watched one of your games the other day. You had the coat and tie on. Are you doing that every game?
I am, but I'll tell you. Okay,
you're the man.
So
you are the man. I'm telling you, that's the way it's supposed to be done.
That's what I believe. I've got a coat and tie. Unfortunately, I had to shed the coat yesterday. I was frustrated with our guys, so
that's okay to throw it off mid-game. That's okay.
Yeah, I should have put it back on. But here's the thing. I'm always going to be like the most honest coach on all these interviews with you. My issue with the coat and tie and the suit and all this stuff, I'm about 15 pounds heavier than when I got these things tailored. I either got to get some shirts that are a little bit bigger, or I need to go get in the weight room and go run a couple miles or something, because I got to put a little work on that.
We just got to get you a clothing budget. You got to go back to the AD you were talking to before we came on the interview. I need a few more bucks.
I need to do something on a few of these shirts, because at 46 years old, I got to either start eating a little bit better, work out a little more, buy some new shirts.
That's funny. Team FIBA, when we talked preseason, I asked you about language, and you said, well, we have like a 7-page document. They all have to learn UT Martin language.
Yes.
Is that document any bigger, or do they have it mastered and they don't need it anymore?
It's a great question. We got to get better at it. Harry, that's one of our biggest issues, I thought, yesterday defensively. We are not using our language. We are just trying to do the right thing without talking, without communicating. You don't see our nonverbals as much as you did against Bradley, or even 2 games against Alabama State and Charleston Southern. I thought we guarded the heck out of it. We were quiet. And so it's a great crowd last night. It's loud. It's hard to hear. So we have to talk louder. We have to point more. We weren't connected. We're not using our language. We're just kind of doing our own thing on the court yesterday. We probably got to break out that 7-page document again today.
Appreciate your time. Listen, when you're rich and famous, remember, I knew you when. Okay, just remember this.
Hey, I'm just trying to figure out how to beat Tennessee State right now. So,
there you go.
Hey, Harry, thanks so much for having me on. I mean, I'm very fortunate and blessed that people actually want to talk to me for some reason now. But there's not any that I enjoy talking to more than Harry. You are amazing. You run these things great. You've been so kind to me. You've been so generous to me. So I don't care if we're winning, losing, indifferent. I've always got time for you.
Appreciate you. Hey, listen, have a great Christmas. Win those games. Have a great start to the OVC season. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
That's Jeremy Shulman, the head coach of the UT Martin Skyhawks. 7-3, likely going to be 8-3 when they hit the conference season. They are off to a great start. Folks, thanks for being a part of the podcast today. And remember, since you've been there, make it a better place. We'll see you again real soon.